When the Blue Jays pulled that out, I was nervous. What?
It's like you won the World Series, bro.
I can still
Better
have that
shot.
opinion. It went 7 games.
High fly ball, right field deep. Canseco back to the track, looking up. It is.
But it's called off! Cut off by Clement. Third baseman hits the runner.
Wow, off the head.
Hit his head.
The ball hits over the head. Helmet.
Sosa to his left. Nice play. Spinner wobble, but he throws it away. Hits the
Welcome back to the Off the Dome Baseball Podcast, Mother's Day edition. I'm Aaron Nemiroff, joined by Zev Black. Kobe Van Noort is not here today. Unfortunately, we're missing him. He's got a busy schedule, but should be here next week. What's going on, Zev?
Oh, not much. Just hanging out here in the valley without you. You and good son went back to LA for the weekend, actually extended week. Visit your mom and have some time with her, which is nice of you.
Yeah.
My mom wanted me to be there, but I guess I don't love her that much. No, I'm kidding. I love you a lot, Mom. If you're listening, one of my favorite people ever. You're the best. Love you very much.
Very nice. Zev does have a very nice mother. Yeah, I did fly home to Los Angeles today, and so that's why I got a little bit of a different setup going on, a little bit out of my comfort zone. I had gotten into my usual routine out in Phoenix, but we're here. I still got my microphone, brought it with me, and I'm ready to go, ready to talk some baseball.
I lost the mic. Well, I guess I didn't lose it. You took it, but
I took it.
Figuratively lost it.
It's all
we're doing
good.
our best. Yeah.
I'm sure you'll sound great.
Thanks.
I do have a couple things to show off because, I'm home. I'm in Los Angeles. I have a couple cool things to show off.
Okay.
Starting with my All-Star Game home run, which actually was my last ever Little League at-bat. I played some travel ball tournaments after Little League, but this was my last Little League at-bat. It was a home run. I was representing Sherman Oaks Little League. Shout out PCA and Jack Flaherty. And so this is a little cool thing I got. And lastly, Cooperstown ring. I then went to Cooperstown representing Sherman Oaks once again when I was 13. Played some baseball. I wasn't really one of our star players. I was probably batting 10th out of 12th, honestly, on that roster. But we were there to have fun. I think we finished 107 out of 130.
Okay.
Maybe something like that. It could have been 90 out of 130.
Not last.
But it was the best week of my life. So
yeah, it's a great time.
Good, right?
Cooperstown is awesome. I've been once, and it was just a great time. I wanted to go again when Poppy got inducted. We were actually in New York. It totally would have worked, but my mom didn't want to go. So, yeah, it's okay. We still had a great time there, and I definitely got to go back at some point. Really cool spot. So
you'll make it out there. You spend time on the East Coast, you'll get there.
Yeah. Anyway, should we hop into it? 17 subscriber special. Here we go.
Yep.
So starting off, got some big news on Monday. Tarik Skubal needed surgery to remove loose bodies in his elbow. His mile per hour this season down from last season is basically down a full mile per hour on every pitch. He's earning $32 million this year and is set to be an unrestricted free agent at season's end. I can't believe how poorly the Tigers handled this. I feel in my eyes, it's either you lock him up long term or you trade him when he has that peak value, back-to-back Cy Youngs. You would have gotten one of the biggest returns for a singular player in MLB history. And they decided to hold on to him. And now, his value's still there, but he's an injured player. What are they doing? They have to go all in this season. And now they have a guy on the shelf for 2 months, 3 months. What's going on?
Well, even before the injury, you get him for that one extra year, and they didn't really do much to even improve the roster anyways.
No.
They bring in Framber Valdez, who's all right. The lineup's pretty much the same, and that was really the tough part, I think, for them in the past couple of years. So, you bring Skubal back, you don't give him the extension, you got to go all in. He's the best pitcher in baseball when healthy. So why are you just staying put you're not a front runner to win the World Series. There's a good chance at this point you're just going to lose him. Kind of like, it makes me think about the Angels with Shohei. I mean, everyone knew he's not going to stick in Anaheim when they can't make the playoffs. He's probably going to go to a contender. You got to do something. You have so much value just sitting there. If you want to try to win with him, go ahead, but you got to make some moves. You can't just stay put. It's not working. So I don't know what they were doing. I truly don't know.
It's like the Brewers traded, Corbin Burns to the Orioles, and that was a trade that made perfect sense for both sides. The Orioles felt like they were one ace away from competing, which they were, and he was great for them and pitched great in the playoffs. And the Brewers knew they weren't going to re-sign him, so they trade him away. He's an unrestricted free agent. The Orioles, after trading for him, could have gone one of two directions. They could have either re-signed him to that long-term contract like the Dodgers did with Mookie back in 2020, similar situation, or you play the season out and you let him walk. And both are acceptable. But if you're the Tigers, you're not going to re-sign him because they're certainly not going to re-sign him. Well, it just makes no sense to me. And you're right, they didn't even improve their team. They could have gotten an Alex Bregman in the offseason, and they didn't. I saw a graphic, actually, it wasn't a graphic, a picture of the 5 Tiger starters. And it was Valdez suspended. We'll get into that a little later. Skubal injured, Mize injured. There's all these guys that are supposed to be one of the best rotations in baseball, and none of them are pitching right now. And their offense stinks too. So sink and ship in Detroit, in my opinion.
I mean, they're 19-22, which actually puts them 1.5 back of the AL Central. So they're in the mix. They're not dead. Honestly, the way the AL is playing, I guess they can find themselves in the playoffs and still make a run, at least on that side of the bracket. We're going to talk more about that later. But it just doesn't make sense. I truly, I don't know. I don't know what's going to, I feel like it's just inevitable that he comes back later in the season. Maybe they make the playoffs. They probably don't make the World Series, and then he goes to a better organization, and you lose him for nothing. That just seems like the most likely scenario at this point. And it was right in front of them. You just had so much opportunity to do something great in 2 different directions, and they just decide to play the middle, which is obviously the worst, and that comes up in all sports in all different situations.
Yeah, it's always the worst. It's always the worst position to take. It doesn't make sense to me. Speaking of the Tigers, they got into a little brouhaha with the Red Sox on Monday. One of those pitchers that we were talking about, Framber Valdez, was just absolutely horrible. He allowed 7 runs in 3 innings. And then in the third, 2 of those 7 runs came off of back-to-back jacks. And he decides to hit Trevor Story very intentionally. He was so soft about the entire thing. The bench is cleared. He hides in the background of the entire fight. And then after the game said that he wasn't trying to hit him intentionally. It's you don't throw 4-seam fastballs. It's the only 4-seam fastball you threw in the game. It was right at his back. Obviously you didn't intentionally. And we talked about this 2 weeks ago. I don't even have an issue with it. If you're upset, Pedro Martinez used to bean guys all the time. It's part of the game. But back it up. Say, yeah, I mean, maybe don't say, yeah, I hit him intentionally. But don't hide behind your teammates. If you're going to walk the walk, you got to talk the talk. And Framber Valdez is not doing that. And A.J. Hinch didn't even back him up either. A.J. Hinch said
he took the other
there's
side.
No place for that on our team, hitting the guy intentionally. So, Framber Valdez, ay.
And your take a couple weeks ago is that you do that to try to fire your team up and build momentum and rally the troops and build some chemistry with your teammates. But him kind of standing back there, it's just, you're not even, what are you accomplishing?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah, it's just soft. It's just soft. And yeah, it is a way to fire up your team. And I felt from the Red Sox, they should have done that a couple of weeks ago as well when Contreras got hit by the Brewers. They should have fired right back. Both benches also were warned, or both teams were warned after this, and that drives me absolutely crazy. I just can't stand that. You got your guy hit my team intentionally. You gotta let us get him back. You have to let us have that chance to hit one of their players. It's just a part of baseball. Not only is the warning annoying, it's also just now he can't pitch inside. Brian Bayo, who has not had good control this year, if he hits a guy on accident, he's getting ejected. What's your stance on
Yeah.
that?
We're kind of opposite here.
Yeah.
I hear you. The pitching inside thing totally makes sense. Like that sucks. It really sucks. Baseball's not going to encourage you to strike back and potentially injure a player on another team. That's just not
I get
how
it.
it works.
I get it.
So they have to do that. I wish that when warnings were given out, that it was more of a, hey, you're warned. Do not intentionally hit someone, but then it's still up to the umpire's discretion to kind of
Yeah.
decide if they truly. I mean, if we're throwing a 73-mile-per-hour curveball and the guy's been wild all game and it hits him in the shin, maybe there were warnings because of something that happened 6 innings ago, but that shouldn't just lead to an ejection. So
I think it is kind of umpire's discretion. I feel like if it's an off-speed pitch, they're not going to eject them.
okay,
I don't
but
have any like
sometimes
stats
it's
to
like
back that up.
I feel like I've seen it where warnings have been issued and it's like that guy actually accidentally hit someone and just the umpire feels like I have to eject him and it just happens. Like it has to be so obviously an accident for them to actually use that discretion and not eject the person.
Yep. No, I agree with you. I agree with
So
that
like
part.
I hear you with the frustration with not being able to pitch inside because that totally changes the game and there are pitchers who thrive on that. I mean, there's teams whose hitters can't hit the inside pitch and you have to be able to attack that.
Yeah.
So it sucks, but I'm not sure there's really a way to avoid it because the MLB is not going to like just allow injury potential plays to happen.
It's a different
It's
era.
just
It's a different era than what it used to be. Different game of baseball. But I see both sides. I guess ultimately is what I'll say.
Oh wait, we didn't get into the broadcast. That was like one of the most interesting parts of this. Both broadcasts had very. I mean, this is kind of, I guess, what you'd expect. But the Red Sox broadcasters were livid at Framber Valdez, as you would expect to see. Whereas the Tigers, like, what they thought it was obviously not intentional. They actually thought that this was a mistake, and it all comes from Framber's track record. I mean, we all know about what happened last season. He crosses up the catcher. This is like one of the dumbest things ever in baseball. Like, actually, just pathetic. Like, kind of just man-child on his part.
Shout out Sabrina.
Yeah, Sabrina Carpenter. The two broadcasts are just I mean, if you listen to them back to back, it's so funny, and I think we both agree. I'm not a Red Sox guy at all. Don't like Boston sports, but they were clearly on the right side of this whole thing. Whereas the Tigers guys just sounded so like it was hard to believe that they could actually believe what they were saying.
I know.
It was obviously he hit him. He's already done stupid things in the past. He has a temper problem, clearly. And yeah, that was just a ridiculous thing.
Yeah. Should we move on to one of my like favorite baseball stories of all time?
Yes.
You want to take this away?
I think we should. Yeah, let's do it. It is Mother's Day as we're recording. You're going to see this the next day. But Dallas Braden pitched a perfect game on May 9th, 2010, Mother's Day. It was the 19th perfect game in MLB history. A's win 4-0 over the Rays that day. Entering the game, the Rays are 22-8. So they're one of the best teams ever to get perfect gamed at that record. But the true history of this perfect game, it's a special one. It's on Mother's Day. Braden's mom had passed away from melanoma when he was 17 years old. So obviously that happens to someone. It's going to be an emotional day, Mother's Day, forever. Braden was ultimately raised by his grandma, Peggy Lindsay, who was there in attendance at the Coliseum for this game. All right, Wi-Fi cut us off right in the middle of the Dallas Braden story, which is kind of messed up, but we're back. Anyways, first inning, first batter of the game, Jason Bartlett hits a line drive over to third base, and Kevin Kuzminoff makes a leaping catch down the line to preserve the perfect game. It's the first batter of the game, but, you know, like, there's always that play in every perfect game, right? Is that you say it all the time whenever we talk about it.
Always. So usually they happen later. This one just happened to happen in the first.
First batter of the game.
Yeah.
Last batter of the game was Gabe Kapler, and he swung at a pitch that might have been ball four. It's a 3-1 count. Kind of swings at the outside pitch. rolls over to shortstop, and the final out is made. Braden ends up throwing 109 pitches, strikes out 6, and goes 27 for 27. Perfect game. After the final out, Braden embraced his grandma, who was at that game, and it was just a very emotional, beautiful, beautiful scene for Dallas Braden, who later admitted that Mother's Day was a tough day for him.
Oh.
Obviously, we kind of talked about that earlier. And he had gotten drunk with some friends the night before that game. And he was feeling a little hungover, under the weather the next day for that perfect game. Didn't really have his normal pregame routine. Didn't really have his proper time to warm up for that game. But he did what he had to do. And it was a beautiful day, beautiful moment. Perfect game on Mother's Day to honor his mom with his grandma in attendance. And it's really just one of those stories that people will remember in baseball, and it's going to be told forever.
And I haven't actually seen him talk about it. I mean, I've heard a couple of clips, but I think that he would say the best moment of that day for him was embracing his grandma, not actually pitching in the game or the accomplishment that he had. It's just the kind of guy who he is. So, yeah, really, really cool moment. I feel like so many of these perfect games are pitched by guys who like don't have illustrious careers. Dallas Braden pitched in the league for 5 seasons, had like a 4.5 ERA, but had one just perfect day, perfect game. Pretty incredible.
And that's how we remember him. You say Dallas Braden, we're all thinking about this day. So.
Yeah, it's probably the biggest reason why he has a job in broadcasting now. Like one moment. Same with Aaron Boone as a manager, by the way. Like I feel like so many of these guys have one moment that they're known for, and it catapults their career into something totally different. So good for Dallas Braden. Good for Dallas Braden for sure. Should we get into some of these quick hitters here? Starting off with
we should. We got a lot for this episode. A lot of interesting things happened this week.
So on Monday, the legendary, and I know I can say that, maybe a Sox fan, but the legendary John Sterling passed away on Monday, known for his iconic calls of the Yankees win and his home run calls. Broadcaster for 8 World Series appearances, 5 wins. On Monday, a bunch of broadcasters around the league did his home run call for various players. Bobby Cox also passed away this past Saturday. 4-time manager of the year, 4th all-time in managerial wins, and a World Series champ. One of my earliest baseball memories is actually of him because 2010, the Braves lost in the DS to the Giants. Oh my gosh, excuse me. It's a tough one to get wrong. Lost in the DS to the Giants, and I just remember him, it was his final game, and one of my earliest memories.
I want to talk about Sterling because I've seen a lot of videos on social media of people like honoring his home run calls and basically asking like, what's your favorite? You've got Matsui was a great one, a text message from Teixeira. He has so many great ones. But my favorite, which I didn't see mentioned anywhere on all these videos across the internet, is Curtis Granderson's "Oh, the Grandy Man can." It's just great stuff.
Yeah, that is good.
Our friend Mason, who's in our fantasy league, me and Mason, he's a big Yankees fan, and we've always talked about the Grandy Man call because it's kind of random that I would even know that. I don't know why I know that one, honestly. I wasn't listening to a lot of Yankees radio broadcasts in my childhood when Granderson was playing there, but I always remember that one. That one's great. I love it. Also this week, we had 2 players reach 300 career homers. Former teammates. Matt Olson on Monday got to 300, and Marcell Ozuna. I got Matt Olson and Marcell Ozuna mixed up. Marcell Ozuna on Friday got to 300, who's really been struggling this year after struggling last year, but can't get too mad about hitting 300 homers. That's
good for them.
Good thing for him.
Good milestone. Matt McLain on Wednesday tagged up from second base in the 9th inning to give the Reds a 2-run lead over the Cubs. Didn't last very long. PCA tied it in the bottom half with a 2-run bomb, and then they walked off the Reds for their 10th straight win and their 3rd straight walk-off of the series. It was also, this was their second 10-game winning streak of the season, 11th team in MLB history to accomplish that. So good for them. Playing well.
Yeah, they've been playing well. But that tag up by McLain, didn't we have like a cutoff from right field to center field?
Yeah.
Like at the warning track, basically? That was an odd play.
It was like he went down to the ground and kind of flipped it.
To PCA.
Yep. McLean
McLean
scores.
went all the way around. That was a cool play. On Wednesday, Dodgers scored their first 3 runs of the game on wild pitches. First time since the Phillies did that against the Braves in 1969. Tucker scored on a wild pitch by McCullers in the second. And then Freeland and Ohtani both scored in the 3rd inning on wild pitches with the same batter hitting. Freddie Freeman was up. And they both scored back-to-back wild pitches in that at-bat. Dodgers go on to win 12-2 in that game.
That's wacky. CC Sabathia got added to the Brewers' Wall of Fame. He only pitched 17 games for them and was horrible in his one playoff appearance. So not really sure why they did that. But cool for CC. I once met him at Cholita Linda in Oakland, one of my favorite restaurants of all time. I'm wearing my Red Sox gear. He's like this huge guy, of course. And we knew he would be there, so that's why I went. Walks past me and he goes, "Hey, nice jersey, kid." It's like, nice.
That's cool.
Cool
That's a
CC
cool
story.
The Royal Oak Leprechauns.
Everyone's
Which is,
favorite team.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not tuning into the Royal Oak Leprechauns, what are you doing? They're Northwood's Collegiate Summer League. They hired DJ LeMahieu as their manager.
Okay.
And a couple weeks ago, I was like, hey, what's DJ LeMahieu up to these days? Like, hadn't seen him this season. He's been on the Yankees for such a long time. Like, kind of forgot that he wasn't there anymore.
Right.
And they let me know. They brought him in as manager. Broke the news.
Just spawns in. The Miz, Jacob Mizorowski, threw 10 pitches at 103 miles per hour or harder against the Yankees on Friday, which set a new MLB record. I know we talked about this the other day. First of all, that guy's incredible. He is just incredible.
Oh, yeah.
How is he possibly going to make it through the end of this season healthy? Like, he's a stick and throws that hard. So we'll see how that works out. I'm hoping he stays healthy.
Dangerous. He's awesome. It's so fun to watch him pitch.
Yeah.
I really hope he makes it, but it seems like a recipe for something to go wrong, which sucks. It really does. On Friday, Ronald McDonald sung the national anthem at the Cubs game. Did a great job. There was like that funny video where like you just can hear someone singing and they're flashing like across the players and the fans, and then suddenly like the next cut is Ronald McDonald. Not really expecting
so
it.
good.
Like if it comes across your feed, you're like, all right, whatever, it's national anthem. But yeah, there he is. I think the fascinating thing is your history with McDonald's, because I think you are
my history or
you're
lack
kind of in
thereof.
the minority. Lack thereof. I
Yeah.
mean, what have you had from McDonald's?
I've had a McFlurry, and that's it.
Once.
Yep, I've had one McFlurry, and I used the restroom at a McDonald's, but I've never had anything else. Probably will never have anything else.
Same trip?
No. The restroom was actually on a temple trip down to LA. On the way back, stopped at McDonald's and used the restroom.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not like a big McDonald's goer, but I feel like everyone has had a meal from McDonald's at one point in their life.
Never.
Strange.
Never.
Strange. Ronald McDonald would be disappointed.
I guess so. Giants placed Logan Webb on the IL, which pitchers go on the IL, not really news. I mean, it is. It's always news. But this specifically snaps a streak of 156 straight starts for the Webb. Just a guy that you think would be healthy all season long, and he's not. So different look for the Giants. We'll talk a little bit more about them later.
That's his best quality. Like,
come on, he's really good.
Well, of course, he's really good, but you pick him in fantasy baseball because you expect 200 innings out of him. He does it every year. Like, he goes out there and he pitches. So it's a shocker for sure.
Yep.
On Saturday, Bobby Witt had an inside the park home run, and he scored in 14.13 seconds.
Insane.
Extremely fast. I mean, they're showing Kerry Carpenter in right field just kicking the ball around, like not really hustling. I was like kind of confused what he was doing over there. And then they suddenly flash to Bobby Witt, and he's already rounding third. You're like, how did this even happen? The ball's like, we're just watching the right fielder make a play. And yeah, that was impressive from Witt.
Bobby Witt just scored twice in the time that it took you to talk about that, by the way.
That was great. Today, a few hours ago, Justin Robleski pitched 8 2/3 innings.
Oh my gosh,
and
that's
allowed
incredible. Wow.
No, he wasn't actually. He actually gave up 7 runs. The first Dodgers pitcher since Rick Sutcliffe in 1979 to have that line, 8 2/3 with 7 runs, and the first MLB pitcher since Carlos Silva in 2006. That's the 107th pitcherigami of 2026. That has not been done so far this season. That was so strange. I wasn't watching the game. I was celebrating Mother's Day with my family, and I just look at the box score at the end. Hey, how'd the Dodgers do today? Oh, Robleski went 8 2/3. Strange. Very strange.
Yeah, you expect to win a game when that happens.
And he had 7 strikeouts. He's
Yeah.
hasn't been a strikeout pitcher this season, and he's been going deep into games because his pitch count is low. But he had 7 Ks. So weird. So weird.
We alluded to it a little earlier. Giants, not very good. And they made a trade this week trying to improve their team. They trade Patrick Bailey to the Guardians for relief pitcher, left-handed pitcher Matt Wilkinson, who's a prospect, and the 29th overall pick, which is a competitive balance pick. Bailey might be the best defensive player in the league, certainly the best defensive player, but just cannot hit. I actually love this move for the Guardians. It fits their brand of baseball really, really well. Play good defense and don't hit. Bo Naylor sucks too, so it's not like they're they needed improvement, and I guess they got it, at least on the defensive side. I'm a big fan of it for the Guardians. The Giants, on the other hand, I don't think it's a good move at all. And the biggest reason I say that is just because I feel like they could have made this move at the deadline and A, gotten a lot more for him. And B, they said the whole point of the move is to improve their offense because they like these other guys that they have, Susak and Rodriguez. And they don't improve their offense in the trade at all. It just opens up the door for these other guys to play, which I guess maybe improves their offense. But it's a head scratcher for me from the oh my gosh, the second time I've said Dodgers. Head scratcher from the Giants' perspective.
When you win back-to-back World Series, you're going to be on the mind.
They're just in my mind.
This is what's great about Off the Dome. We did not tell each other what our takes were on this. We just said we were going to talk about it, and I thought we'd be more on the same page, but we're actually kind of opposite on this. We're
Opposite?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
The Giants' offense is so bad, and this does improve their offense. You take away a guy that can't hit at all and put in someone that can at least put the ball in play. They can hit. Susak has been hitting a little bit. Rodriguez has some great potential to be hitting. And then as for the Guardians, you said it fits their brand, and then you said the brand is not hitting. I mean, that's not a good brand to be. I guess it fits, but can we change the brand? Can we start hitting? They can't hit, and that's cost them in the playoffs. So I don't know.
True.
I mean, it's not like the biggest trade in baseball. It's Patrick Bailey for a prospect, but I don't really like it for the Guardians a whole lot. I mean, it's fine. I guess it's fine for the Guardians. You get a good defensive catcher. Naylor wasn't hitting anyways, so at least you improve your defense. It's fine. And then for the Giants, I think it is smart to open the door for 2 catchers that have potential and they're high on. Posey, it's Posey's move, right? He's a catcher. He's one of the best catchers of our generation. I feel like he's probably pretty good at eyeing catchers and knowing their talent. So I trust him.
Yeah, I mean, I trust him too, but I think he's done a horrible job constructing this team. The trade for Devers last year, looking back on it, is just absurd. They signed Adames to this crazy long contract. He's kind of horrible. They have Jung-Hoo Lee under contract. He had a good, first half season. I know this wasn't his signing. Let's put that out there. But, you play with what you have already. And this guy contract sucks, and Matt Chapman's contract sucks, and he stinks, and he's not even that good defensively anymore. I feel like so much of the Giants' philosophy over the years, especially when they were winning World Series in the early 2010s, was just to get a good group of guys to play baseball. And they're doing the exact opposite now with all these players that are coming in. It's not a good group of guys that play baseball. It's a group of guys that exist on the field. I mean, Devers is the worst player in baseball this year. And yeah, you wouldn't think that last season. But if you look at the metrics, his bat speed has gotten worse every year he's played, basically. I got some intel that they wanted to trade for him a bunch of years ago and it didn't happen. And now it did just happen. They already want to offload all these contracts. They want to get rid of Devers. They want to get rid of Adames. They want to get rid of Lee. They want to get rid of Chapman. And the only way they're going to be able to do that is if they trade Logan Webb and probably Robbie Ray, who's a free agent at the end of the year anyways. And now Logan Webb's hurt, so they can't really even do that. They're stuck. I don't know what the Giants are going to do. Before this trade happened, the day before, I don't know if you saw this, but Vitello said that the team had an offensive meeting. He was like, yeah, Patrick Bailey was quick to open his mouth. It's like, what are you doing? Like, why would you say that? I feel like he has just totally lost this clubhouse. They don't care about him at all, the players at least. They don't respect him. They don't like him. He doesn't like them. He doesn't respect them. The Giants are going downhill. I don't know what they can do to figure this out. They might have to just hit a full reset button.
It's a good time to reset when the Dodgers just run the league. So you've got someone in your division that's just going to continue to be in the World Series year after year. So yeah, hit that reset and come back firing in like 2036. I think that's their best approach.
Yeah, it's probably what's going to end up being. I've been seeing a lot of tweets that are like, the Red Sox should do the funniest thing ever and just bring back Devers and have the Giants pay for his contract or at least half of it. I think that would be really funny. I don't know if I want that. It would just be really funny.
I actually, I don't hate it for the Sox. You can put him back at third base where he wants to be and where he was begging to play. They need a third. Durbin's not working out. They need a third baseman.
No, he is not. He is not.
I want to talk about the American League.
Yeah, a lot to talk about.
Yeah, there's only 3 teams above 500. The Yankees, Rays, and the A's, which is new. The A's had a good week. Astros are no longer a clear contender. They actually might be sellers at the deadline. The Blue Jays. Say that again?
They will be.
They will be.
As we discussed last week.
Zev thinks they will be, certainly. The Blue Jays are reigning champs, and they're not looking too good either. They're only a couple games under 500, but I just don't think that roster is constructed to make another run. The best 2 pitchers we thought in that league, the American League, Skubal and Crochet, they're injured, going to be out a while. Mariners maybe are taking a step back. The offense really isn't producing like we hoped they would. They lose Eugenio Suarez. Is the NL just that much more dominant that we can just say, like, I think the NL is going to win the World Series, kind of like the Western Conference in the NBA or the NFC in the NFL? I mean, who would you pick to make it to the World Series out of the American League right now? Are you going to say the Yankees as a Red Sox fan? Would you just say the Yankees? You're never high on them. You hate Boone.
Like, I will just say the Yankees, but I'm really not thrilled about it.
Not thrilled as a
But
fan, or as like an analyst. Like you don't trust them either.
Both, I guess. There's nobody in that league that looks good. Like, literally nobody besides the Yankees. And, like, I don't even think the Rays look that good. They're just playing a brand of baseball that is so small and so, like, anti-everything we know about the MLB right now that it works, I guess. That won't work in the postseason, at least I don't think. So I guess by default it's the Yankees, although their defense is not very good. Their pitching is solid, but their bullpen is kind of weak. Like, they're not a complete team by any means. We talked about last week how teams make the playoffs regardless of their manager, and the managers make teams better in October. Boone makes the team worse. Like, he stinks in October. It definitely holds them back. Can't believe he's still their manager. But I guess it is just the Yankees. And, like, yeah, probably will just be the National League winning it all. Now, I think the Mariners could get hot. Their pitching is certainly good enough to get hot, and their offense is there. It's not worse than last year. It's better than last year on paper. So I do think the Mariners are the biggest threat, but they're just not showing it right now. So, yeah, I guess the Yanks.
Unlike,
Gosh, I hate that so much.
unlike the Bailey take, we actually are like pretty spot on with this. I also would definitely be picking the Yankees. They're getting Cole and Rodon back, and
Rodon back today.
he pitched today. See,
He pitched
I was
today,
on
yeah.
my flight. I was celebrating Mother's Day. Like, this is probably the least interest I've shown in baseball this season. Like, I really wasn't following. How did he do?
He was okay. He went 4 1/3, pitched 78 pitches, gave up 3, struck out 4. I mean, it was like, it's his first start back.
It's a classic
So-
Rodon game, honestly.
Yeah, about what you would expect. 5 walks, like that's super classic Rodon.
But
But he's back. It is a nice boost. And yeah, Cole's coming back soon. So
Schlittler's great. Fried's great. You got Aaron Judge. Bellinger's having an amazing year. Ben Rice is having an amazing year. I think they're clearly the favorites, and that's who I'd be picking to make it to the World Series. And I, too, would probably say the Mariners are second. I love the Mariners last year. I was really high on them. In July, I texted our fantasy group chat. I said, Mariners are winning the AL pennant. I'm letting it be known now. And then they kind of blew it. I really thought I was going to be right on that one. That was disappointing. And I felt for my Dodgers, we would have had a better chance against the Mariners. And when the Blue Jays pulled that out, I was nervous. What?
it's like you won the World Series, bro.
I can still
better
have that
shot.
opinion. It went 7 games. Miguel Rojas had to hit a historic home run, his first hit of the month for it to happen. I don't think that would have been the case if we had to play Seattle and had that home field advantage. I'm sorry. I'm kind of pulling a
enough, I
U here. I'm bringing the Dodgers into every single topic like you usually do with the Red Sox. I can admit it, though. Like, no more Dodgers talk. This is an American League segment. Yankees are probably the favorites. I mean, that's not like a hot take either. You check any sports book, I'm sure the Yankees are top. And I think we agree. Mariners are second. Their rotation's really good. And maybe they're hitting will ultimately turn it around.
Yeah, I think it will, and I hope it does, because I do not want to see the Yankees do anything in the playoffs. So go Mariners, I suppose. Go Red Sox. They're going to turn it around. They're not turning it around.
All right, we're back. Day 2 of recording. We just were having so much fun. We thought it'd be best to just kind of extend it into the next day and keep this thing going.
Yeah.
Let's get into the home run draft.
Yeah.
Kobe, but not really Kobe. ChatGPT had the best week we've ever seen.
Really
11
good
bombs.
week. A really,
5
really
for
good week.
Schwarber, 2 for Seiya. Harper got him 4, also got me 4. I got 2 Hicks bombs. That made my week. That made me happy.
And you got 2 Hicks bombs on the Sluggers. I didn't get any bombs when he was a Red Sox this week, which we'll talk about that a little later. Aaron and I did make a trade involving
Some big
Liam
news.
Hicks.
Whoa. No spoilers. We'll get to it. It's home run draft time. Ellie got me a donut, which was really frustrating because I was so confident in Ellie to just get me one. 7 games, great matchups. Like, that felt so safe. I've made picks before where I was like, this could get dangerous. I never had that thought with Ellie.
No.
So that was disappointing. You were okay this week, right?
I had 4. Actually, I ended up with 3 because B-Ren got me 0. But Buxton had 3 and Soto had 1. Soto got robbed again this week. And in this game on Sunday yesterday, he had 3 pop-ups on 3 balls that he like should have crushed and usually crushes. It's like, oh, that's so frustrating. But that's baseball. So
It's baseball.
anyways, as part of Mother's Day, we had our moms help us with the picks. My mom actually made the picks. I think a little help from my dad. That's okay. Let's see what she's got.
Hi, everyone. I'm Zev's mom, Aviva. Thanks so much for having me on Off the Dome, Mother's Day edition. I love this segment as the show is only a mother can and can't express how excited I am to contribute this week's picks and continue Zev's domination of the season-long home run draft. So let's get to it. Let's start with Arizona Diamondback right fielder Corbin Carroll, who will be on the road in Texas and Colorado in stadiums well made for hitters like Carroll, facing mediocre pitching at best. Number 2 is veteran third baseman and Cleveland Guardians slugger Jose Ramirez. He's at home all week, and it's starting to warm up in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame city, and the Guardians face less than stellar pitching from the Reds and Angels. Lastly, let's go to Sacramento and visit Kobe, where the Sacramento, Las Vegas, A's, Athletics, saw the team, are playing really well. And going with Shea Langoliers, who continues to rake following the recent birth of his baby boy, Owen. So there you have it, guys. Corbin Carroll, Jose Ramirez, and Shea Langoliers. Thanks again for having me on the show, Aaron, Kobe, and my sweet baby Punham, Zevi Z.
All right, so I watched that video like right before we started this recording. I had no clue who she was picking. I had no input besides I said one thing. Kurtz, I want to save him for the summer. That was the only thing I said. Obviously, she couldn't pick my last.
Kurtz.
Yeah.
Saving Kurtz.
Saving Kurtz
That's
for the summer.
intel.
Use that as you will.
That changes my entire strategy going forward, knowing Zev is taking Kurt some point in the summer. That's huge.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know how that affects you, but I guess it does.
Oh,
Sure.
it does. And if you don't know, then you're not really home run drafting. You don't get
I guess
it,
I don't
clearly.
know. I guess I don't know. But Bengaliers, I like that pick. I think your mom took Bengaliers too, right? Let's see what she's got.
I'm here with my mom for Mother's Day. She's going to give my home run picks, but first we're going to have her introduce herself. Can we hear your name, your favorite team, and your favorite player of all time?
My name is Stacy. My favorite team is the Los Angeles Dodgers. My favorite player is Garrett Anderson.
Garrett Anderson, he's a great one. Rest in peace. He was the All-Star Game MVP on the day I was born. So he's a legend in our family.
Yes, he is.
You have my home run picks for us?
I do.
Let's hear them.
Okay, playing for the A's is Shea Langeliers. Playing for the Rangers, Brandon Nemo. And playing for the Mariners, Josh Naylor.
Some great picks. We're staying in the AL West today. Thanks, Mom. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day. I love you.
So that was me and my mom. I definitely had to give her those three guys. She knows Shohei. She knows Justin Turner because of our Dodger fandom. But I definitely wanted to. I'm a competitor, and I had to throw out three guys that I trusted. Let me just break down a little bit. Naylor has 7 games this week against righties to play the Astros and Padres, some weak right-handed pitching. Felt like this was just a good opportunity to go with Josh Naylor. Double down, Langeliers. We're both going Shea this week. He's been pretty hot. I just faced him last week in fantasy, and it was miserable. It was a miserable experience. He just homered over and over again. 6 games in Sacramento. Feels like a good spot.
Yeah, I'm going up against him this week, so I guess a little bit of a catch-22 here. I hope he hits a bunch of bombs, and I really hope he doesn't hit a bunch of bombs. So I guess whatever happens. It'll be fine either way.
Brandon Nimmo, my third AL West pick. I just really like the Rangers matchups, but I didn't really know who else. There wasn't like a clear Ranger. Oh, I'm picking the Rangers this week. Let's go with...
Yeah, there wasn't.
Who? Seager's been not very good this year, so I just take the leadoff hitter and just try to sneak by with give me one, honestly. And
just don't go negative. I love how both of our parents hit us with the love you at the end. My mom hit a little extra.
Yeah, it's a little bit, but it was cool.
Yeah.
It was cool. I think Kobe brought his mom on too. Let's see what she's got.
Yo, Kobe Van Noor back with some home run picks for you guys. Couldn't be in the pod, unfortunately, this week. I had some business meetings I needed to take care of in Taiwan, but I do have time to make some home run picks for you guys. First things first, ChatGPT, you dirty dog, getting me 11 home runs last week. I'd be amiss not to go with ChatGPT again this week, and that's exactly what I'm doing. The first pick that chat said for me to go with is Corbin Carroll. The dude is playing in Coors this week. I mean, enough said right there. He's got the power, and I expect him to give me a few. The second pick that chat said to go with was Matt Olson, who, I mean, the dude's been stellar. He's been hot. Just kind of hoping things will roll that way. He's got the Cubs and the Red Sox. And then my final pick, I'm excited for this one because I'm going to be working with him. Well, working with him. Brent Rooker. The dude's going to be playing at home all week. He's got the Giants and the Cardinals. Hoping that he can heat up a little bit. He's coming back from injury still. But, yeah, those are my picks for the week. Thank you, ChatGPT. Hopefully we have another hot week.
Back to your mom's vid real quick. I love how she says her favorite team is the Dodgers and then says her favorite player is Garrett Anderson. Although, I just looked up his stats. I didn't realize that he played for the Dodgers. 80 games at the end of his career.
He played for the Dodgers.
I was gonna say that's so typical. Like, doesn't really watch baseball, so goes with the player who she likes that's not on her team. But he was a Dodger, so yeah, I respect it.
I mean, your favorite player is not on your team, Jansen Junk.
Okay, yeah, touche. But he that's an exception. He's the Junk.
Sure, and he's on your fantasy team.
Yeah,
so he is yours.
Junk. We did make a trade for a different Marlin this past week. Aaron, you want to tell everyone what we did?
My heart is broken. Actually, you know what? I'm going to...
No, come on.
What?
Well, you get someone back that you love. How can your heart be broken?
That's true. I get 2 guys... I get 2 guys back, but actually, I have a statement to read.
Okay.
A statement that I gave to our fantasy
Let's say
group
what
chat.
the trade was first.
No, No,
Oh,
this
okay.
is more important.
Okay.
The Salamanca Sluggers are heartbroken to part ways with Liam Hicks, who helped turn around the struggling team after being claimed on March 31st. A true fan favorite, Hicks played a major role in changing the trajectory of the season. While this move was incredibly difficult, the Salamanca Sluggers believe it is the best decision for the future of the season. We thank Liam for everything he gave to this franchise.
That's great. Shout out Liam.
He's the man. Anyways,
He-
the deal
he is.
was I gave up Liam Hicks and Emerson Hancock, the call, for Chris Bubich and Ramon Laureano.
So let us know who you think won that trade. I needed a catcher. I was like kind of okay with the pitching downgrade, although I don't think it's that big of a downgrade. Hancock's been really good this year. And Aaron, you needed outfield. So I think it works out for both of us. We'll see how it plays out in the end.
We're pretty sure this is going to be a win-win,
Yeah.
ultimately.
think so,
Zev
too.
only really had one catcher, who has been Ryson great. I had 3 catchers for 2 spots, so it's like we were kind of figuring out position eligibility and helping each other out there. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's going to be good for both of us.
We got a bunch of guys, actually, I shouldn't say a bunch. We got 4 guys for you that we think that you should pick up in your leagues. One of them, Colson Montgomery, I know it's cheating a little bit. We try to stay under 20% rostered. Colson Montgomery's been one of the best shortstops in the league this year, and he's only rostered in 25% of leagues, according to ESPN.
I don't know how that's possible.
I mean, he's been incredible. It might be like guys who are in, 6 or 8 team leagues, maybe not rostering Colson, that like counts for it. We're in a 12-man, so like of course he's on a team. But either way, like no matter what your league is, he should be on your squad. He's been incredible this year. Ryan Waldschmidt, he just got called up. Top prospect. He's a stud. Luke Raley got called up to the D-backs, by the way. I should have said that. Luke Raley, he is on fire right now, just hitting bombs. Has a really, really good slate of matchups this week. It's like maybe not the best season-long player, but he's hot right now. And when he's hot, we've seen he just hits tanks. And then the final guy, Evan Carter, only rostered in 4.3% of leagues. People really like forgot about him. He had that big run in the playoffs a couple years ago, and got off to a really, really bad start this year. But he's heating up. Just a name that used to be circulating around everyone's minds. Kind of forgot about him, but here he is again. So keep an eye out for Evan Carter. Just someone that you know can do it. Just needs to unlock it again. You got anyone else for us?
Yeah, I got one.
Yeah.
Christian Scott, who I've had for a couple weeks now, he's only 3.3% in ESPN league, so he's probably better for like a deep league if you're in a deep one like mine or ours. But he's just getting Ks. I think he's got pretty good stuff. He gets Ks. He's a real part of that Mets rotation going forward.
Yeah, he is.
And I just think he's got some serious upside. So if you're in one of those deep leagues and you're just looking for a starting pitcher you can throw out there and give you innings and strikeouts, I think he's a good option.
Yeah, nice. Well, part 2, I think, comes to an end there. And I'll do it for today. We're the day after Mother's Day, but in my mind, Mother's Day never ends. Always thinking about you, Mom. You'reTheBomb.com. Excited to see you in a couple weeks. I'm going home for Memorial Day weekend, so that should be fun. And yeah, to everyone
we
else,
got
to all the
17
other
subscribers. Yeah,
17,
address
yeah.
everyone else.
Yeah, to all the other moms out there that are watching, we love you. We think about you, and go you. You got anything else for us, Aaron?
Check us out on social media. We
Yeah.
appreciate everyone watching and following along. And we'll see you next week, hopefully with Kobe.
Yeah. Adios.